Oh, holy fork sandwiches.
Hey, smiley face.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello? Is this thing on? Hi friends. Hello. How are you? Are you good? Oh my god, it's Peng as well. Hello Peng. Hello Cookie. Hello Ad. Hello Lola. Hello Midnight. Hello Mia. Hello Sarid. Is it Saridwi? I hope I've said that right, but correct me if I'm wrong. Hello Red Hood Venom. Hello Schlebs. Is that how you say it, by the way? I keep saying that in my head. Or is it Schlebs? Or is it something else? Sweet Wild Thing, hello. Handmade Heart Ears, Kay, hello. My goodness. Hi, friends. I'm right. Okay, good. Good, good, good. In brackets, hello. Hi. Look at us. Oh, honk. We live. Very special stream today. Very, very, very special stream. Wait. Peng sent five bits? Is that right? Did that pop up for you guys? It's not, it's only showing up in the chat. I might need to like set a new alert for it. I wonder. I'm not sure. We've got so much to talk about, but what's new in that sense? Eh? What's new? Something popped up in chat. Oh my god. Ems is here? Is that how you say it? Oh no, Ems is here. Oh. Don't worry, I corrected myself. Ems, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so very much. Welcome. Kamara, hello. Thank you so much. So we'll be officially live on the front page at 5 p.m, which is in 2 hours. And we're doing a whole special stream as well. We're doing a It's Pride Month. Let me start the whole stream again. Happy Pride, everybody! Happy Pride, happy Pride, happy Pride. I want to see happy Prides in chat. Happy Prides in chat, because it is officially Pride Month. Now, we celebrate Pride all year round, but specifically and pacifically and worldwide, June is Pride Month. Oh my god, look at those Pride emotes. Look at the happy Pride. What a wonderful community. Specifically and pacifically and Europeanly and anyway. Worldwide. Look at these. Just your daily reminder to be gay and do crimes. Hello there, Peng. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. Look at those. Oh, look at the Pride bits as well. Those emotes. Look at all your emotes. We have added some. They're not. They're just like animated still emotes. Does that make sense? Our still emotes. I did some animated. I can't speak. You know what I mean? I turned them into animated ones, some of them, because we didn't have any animated emotes, and I was like, we got to change that. We got to make proper ones soon, but like, yeah. I mean, we've had animated emotes on Twitch for so long, and I hadn't even added any. I'm doing all right, Peng. We're doing all right. Kamara, thank you so much, by the way. Amberetta, happy Pride. Hello. Hi. Bluey, how you doing? So the animated ones? Yeah. Yeah, we love the, I mean, they're very basic, but it's okay. For now. For now they'll do. Thank you for the comments about my eye makeup. Thank you. I always like to try and do the really bright in the inside with the smoky eye, and I love it. I love it. I would have done rainbow today, but I already. I'll let you in on a secret. Some of it might have been from last night. It was still on. Turns out I still get compliments on the bad days. No, I think they look alright on screen. I think they look alright. They're not, and I freshened them up. But that means I can't do colours when I've got a bit of smoky eye in there. Anyway, oh my goodness. Schlebs, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. And Jonas as well. Jonas, you sent a sub at the start of stream. Thank you so very much. That's 2 subs today. 2 subs this month already. He spent 2 days on this eye makeup. It's the white silver that makes your eyes go right. I got this eyeshadow is quite expensive. I got this. It's like highlighters and brighteners. I don't know. Eyeshadow and highlighter palette. It's by Fine Art Beauty. And honestly, it's one of the cheaper ones that I found that are really good and stay there and are high pigmented. Because the cheaper I go, the more rubbish it feels with the brights anyway. And I've been looking for a really bright one for a while. I had the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's so expensive that I can't afford it at the moment to get a new one. So I've made do with this one in the meantime. And actually I kind of really like it. So I got that on TikTok Shop randomly, but yeah, Fine Beauty. Used to do rainbow eyes all the time for work. Oh, that's cool. Rainbow. It is hard. It is hard. Especially like blending them in. Oh, we do have a Discord. It's on security. It's got high security, or basically there's a little process to join. But there should be. Was there a link that popped up? Yes, there is a link that popped up. I do need to change one of the things there because it says send a message to PhoebeOnTV, and you can actually send it to me. But I didn't change that bit. I'd like copied and pasted and changed some of it, and then I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Yeah. So you can send me a message on there. Let me see. So I can definitely do. Oh, like the recruiting ad works, and that's what matters. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to be on the front page later. I have committed to a family-friendly stream, aka I'm not going to swear for an hour from 5 till 6. And I'm probably just going to practice before that as well. Just because I know, like, you know, some of our streams we do absolutely swear, and I when I'm playing a game, it comes out a bit more freely sometimes if I have a knee-jerk reaction. But talking and discussion streams, I've got a bit more control. So yeah, that's just something I want to mention. You guys don't have to worry too much. It's on me, isn't it? So together we riot. New words for me. What's family friendly? What's family friendly? Oh, fudge. Organised chaos. Yeah, we are organised chaos. Today's stream as well. We got a discussion. We got some things I want to talk about. Pride is very important to me. Pride Month. The LGBTQIA+ community are very dear to me, and being part of the community, being queer, I have a lot to say, and I have a lot to learn. I'm not an expert on everything, but I know what I know, and I like to be educated and learn from others. So we're going to talk today about my thoughts on how we can support the LGBTQIA+ community, our friends, and I want to know how some of you might do that as well. There are some really, like, very stating the obvious things we'll talk about, but I think that's still important, because what I think is stating the obvious might not be what someone else knows or would think of. So I think it's really important to share knowledge and grow in that sense together. I did hear a rumour that Twitch is banning accounts. Oh, I don't know about that. It might depend. I know there are... So you can have an option. You can set your stream as mature stream. And there are other classifications or categories that you can set if it's for, like, you know, over 18s and stuff like that. So, but I don't know about banning. It might, unless, I don't know. Always make it clear that I don't know everything and that I'm asking questions in good faith. Yeah. In order to not inadvertently show disrespect when asking more. Yeah. May I ask, not being rude, what queer actually means, because I know being a teenager calling people queer meant weird. And yeah, so queer used to have, like, bad connotations, and the queer community have taken it back and used it for empowerment, really. But queer is kind of like, for me, it's different for different people, but it's kind of, the lines are blurred for, maybe not blurred, but, like, I've been kind of a bit fluid in being bisexual, being pansexual. They are kind of, one minute I feel like I'm one, the other minute I feel like I'm the other. So I feel like queer is a good way to kind of combine those. But yeah, queer has been reclaimed, exactly. On good old Google, queer meaning in LGBTQIA+, it's an umbrella term used to describe individuals whose sexual orientation or gender identity falls outside of heterosexual or cisgender norms. It can also be used by those who want to reject specific labels of sexual orientation. So like, yeah, not having a specific label, but knowing that you're not straight or hetero. Or for those who may be questioning their own identities. So yeah, the Q in LGBTQIA+ is queer and questioning. And yeah, no, not being rude at all. I'm that's a good thing, right? Being inquisitive, asking questions for people that are out and in the community. It's always good to show you're interested, but you can even state, look, I don't intend on this coming across rude, or please correct me if I've asked something that doesn't come across right. I think it's always really good to say that kind of thing, so that people know that you don't mean it in a negative way. You're just asking questions. Of course, read the room, and there might be certain things that are just like outright rude to ask or rude to assume. But we can touch on that as well, because that's subjective. What certain people like and what certain people like can differ from one to another, right? But there might be like more of a common ground for, like, you know, what do most people feel is acceptable in this sense, and I kind of try and go with that as well. But every situation is different and can have a whole load of ways of looking at it. Skittlebutt, hello. I just want to say, maybe I'm a straight female, but with that being said, I have respect for everyone. Yeah, I love that. Under no reason should anyone be disrespected for who they are. I love everyone. Much love. That's lovely. It's true, isn't it? We are all here just trying to exist. We're just trying to exist as human beings, and why should anyone hate that, no matter who you are? It does make sense. So it's like questioning what you are, but yourself is questioning it. Well, not so. I'm not questioning it, but Q can come under questioning as well. But for me, it's like I know what I am, but it's not just pansexual. It's not just bisexual. It's kind of, so that's why I like to combine. But yeah, I guess it can mean different for everyone. On one hand, being inquisitive is respectful to trying to learn more, and the other, as you all are saying, trolls can come in and ask questions that they mean to offend. So that's kind of what I mean with that. And some are like very obvious when they're doing that, right? Said recently that to me it doesn't matter who someone loves as long as it makes them happy, right? If they're happy, I'm happy. Tell people who don't get it that I'm bi, and for people who do get it, I don't need to tell them I'm pan because they already get it. Cookies, Demi, nice. Thank you for sharing these things, by the way, because everyone's like, you know, everyone's vulnerable when they're sharing things. But I mean, I do what I can to make this a safe space. I can't dictate, or I can't tell you this is a safe space, because that's for you to figure out if it is for you. But I hope I can make this space safe and possible for people to feel accepted and included and seen, that's like so important to me, and I think a lot of you have known that over the years of me being here, that I hold that value like very strongly. I don't want anyone to feel like they're not allowed to be themselves, and they're not allowed to be vulnerable, and without worrying, and just yeah, feeling safe is like so important to me. Just like one of my friends said, you could still consider yourself something and have a preference. Yes, yeah. You earned the title, badge and cert of this being a safe space. I'm glad you think so. I am, like, yeah, I pride myself on that. Alright, so, yeah, what would you guys do to, like, show that you support someone? I guess it depends where you are and who you are around. You could do, like, really simple things. Like, wear clothes that may even have, like, wording, like, ally. And maybe specific ally. I have a few t-shirts. One of them does say trans ally. One of them says trans rights are human rights. I've got one that just says queer. I got this, which is it's a rainbow heart with butterflies on it. That might not be like a direct, hi everyone, I am gay, I love gay things. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's something. I also have like little pin badges. I've got a badge on my bag that is kind of very out there for people to see, and it says I will go with you. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world at the moment with lots of governments and Supreme Court ruling stuff that is very sad at the moment, and it's important to me that people know that I don't agree with erasing or trying to erase a group of people. It's not right, is it? It's never right. I don't understand it. I never will. And I really hope that things change for the better in the future. There's so much work to be done, and so much that we have to rally for. But it's really important because, like, it's about human beings. It's just nuts. So yeah, like having something that kind of shows, like, hey, I'm a friend, I'm someone that's understanding, or even I'm part of the community. Some people might find that scary, going out into the world, worrying if that will cause someone to think differently of them. But honestly, we shouldn't think like that. If anyone challenges us or does something negative just simply because we're standing up for human rights, in the nicest way, I can't F them. It shouldn't be like that. And the more we can show that we're not afraid, that we are, this is what we have to do, normalize this kind of support, the better. And yeah, does that make sense? I think. Hello, Angelic Try Short. I'm your Pride Guild raid train spotter today, here to make sure everything goes effortlessly when raiding into the next slot. Excellent. If you can help with anything like checking commands or the checklist, let me know. Thank you so much, Angelic. And hello. I know we're going to be raiding into Minty's pub later, so I'm excited. I think we're sort of ready. And guys, we're gonna be having a raid in half an hour from Butterfly Garden Gaming. That's where the raid train is at the moment. And in fact, I encourage everyone to follow the raid train along. The raid train is going to be going for the whole of June, the whole month, and that's Butterfly Garden Gaming. There we go. Make sure you're in there. Leave a lurk up on the raid train. It's very good. It's a very good thing to do, and so many members of the Pride Guild are part of that. It's very cool. I'm honoured to be part of that too. You should get some merch. I do actually want to get merch. We were talking about merch. I need to put some time aside to actually focus on that. People should be able to feel valid in their identity, whether it's, yeah. Exactly. Thank you, ReadyBot. Alright. So, let me see. How to be a better ally. There's also things like, if you see something that's not right, challenge it. There was a big campaign a few years ago that was, I think it was called like "Don't Be a Bystander." If someone is discriminating against someone from the community or marginalised communities, it's really important to challenge it and to show that this isn't okay for anyone. Turning a blind eye isn't support. It isn't. It's not doing anything. So taking action is a really important way to support the community. Now, obviously, like things like safety, it honestly depends on the situation on how you might do that. If someone is verbally saying something like, you know, even my cousin, one of my cousins is trans, and he transitioned many years ago, and sadly still now some people in the family don't refer to him by his new name. They still dead name him and talk about it being a phase, and it's been at least 7 or 8 years. I'm not sure about you, but that's not a phase to me. But also just like taking it seriously, taking him seriously, doesn't take any effort. For me, I'm able to refer to him as a he. I am able to refer to him by his name that he has asked people to refer to him as. And so there are times, so talking about like not being a bystander and taking action, a simple thing that they really appreciated me for, and still do when I do it, because it's a constant thing, reiterating and reminding people that are ignorant to it. Sitting at the dinner table, for instance, and let's say their old name was Annie and their new name is Danny, and someone would say, "Hey Annie, can you pass the salt?" And I'd be like, you'd feel them kind of dying inside a little bit, just like, well, my name's not Annie, it's Danny. And I stepped in and just said, I don't believe there are any Annies here. Do you mean Danny? That kind of like, you know, you're wrong, and correct it. And little things like that, I think they mean a lot, just to, you know, show that you're on the side, and it's harmless. It's not. I'm not having a go or like, you know, attacking the person that said it, but I'm correcting them. And if they are to argue it, just be calm and firm and say, no, it's Danny, and that's what they've asked. And even sometimes explaining like, this is really dismissive. It's not very nice. Some people, a lot of people don't like to listen. A lot of people say they'll never change. That doesn't mean you can't keep reiterating things. That doesn't mean you can't keep standing up for people. It's just so important to just not, you know, not sit there and go, oh, that was uncomfortable. I'm not going to say anything though. Because imagine how that person feels that now everyone's kind of shown that they don't care. And it's really hurtful. So no matter how awkward it feels, I will always step in and say, no, that's wrong. This is how it should be, and I hope you can understand that that's respect. Shlubs, you feel that as a trans guy? 7-8 years is definitely a long time. It's just it's unfair. Silence is compliance. Yeah. One thing that I do as an advocate / ally is correct people when dead naming and incorrect genders. Yeah. Like you would a kid. That's totally fair. So like being like, no, it's she. If they've said he instead of she, or you know, anything instead of something else. Hear me out. When someone in my life misgenders someone, I immediately say the correct pronoun, so they will fix their mistake. Same. I have people I know that get people in my family. I have some very understanding people in my family. I don't want to get that wrong. Let me close voice mode because voice mode was open. I hope that wasn't affecting my mic. Some people in the family don't like to be corrected on pronouns, and don't like to be corrected on dead naming, and that can be a common reaction. So obviously expect that you're not always going to get someone that goes, oh, I'm so sorry. It shows as well if you do it accidentally and you do correct yourself, or if you've been corrected, to apologise and not play the victim. There's a lot of respect for that as well. But a lot of people that don't like to do something, you know, if they've known someone for 10, 20 years and they feel like, oh, if suddenly you have to refer to you with different pronouns and different name. Yeah, it might be a change to make. It's not impossible. It's not hard to practice and to learn and to get used to calling someone else. And I said this about some of my family members. They have nicknames for each other. They have nicknames for each other that they've called on and off throughout life. And they have absolutely no problems calling each other by their nicknames. Why is it so hard to not dead name someone? It's not. I completely understand accidents and fixing the mistakes and apologising for that. That is good. But refusing to do something through ignorance is not good. Very obvious and stating the obvious, but it's important, isn't it? If they want to argue, they clearly make a whole thing when they can just show respect. Yeah. I had someone else that got annoyed because I interrupted them mid-sentence and they were getting really frustrated and like, oh, you've thrown me off now. I can't remember what I was saying. But to me, I don't care. I'm not going to wait until the end to go, oh, by the way, it's she, it's not he.
Run!
Oh my goodness, hello. Hello, Raiders. Hello. Hi, friends. It's the Pride Guild Raid Train. Hello. Hello, all right, how do we say that? Gotiki Rosa? I need to know how to say that properly because I think I've got it wrong. Butterfly Garden Gaming, hello. Hello. I hope you're well. Oh yes, guys, can you moderators, can you copy that raid message? I'd very much appreciate it. That's one thing I didn't do. Erin, thank you so much for the follow. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You are a little bit early. I see that. That's totally fine with me, obviously. I wonder if you're okay. I wonder if everything's okay. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Hello, raiders. Hello, friends. So we were talking about like not being a bystander. Today we're talking about... Let me start again. Hi, friends. I'm PhoebeOnTV. I'm queer. I'm part of the Pride Guild. And I love standing up for human rights and being a friend to our community. Harleen, hello. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're well. Gosh, look at all these cuties in chat. This is wonderful. This is very wholesome. Our discussion today is how can I better support, or what's the actual question? I have it in my pinned message. How can we show respect and support to the LGBTQIA+ community? And there are so many ways. There are so many obvious ways. I'm also interested to see what people feel is what they feel is good support. This is a whole learning experience for everyone. Bow Flashing Bang 98, thank you so much for following. Thank you. Harleen, I swear, right? Because there's like about 17,000 social media platforms now. I feel like I'll be following someone on all the socials except Twitch. And I'm like, ah! So do not worry. Is it Kayla's TV? Hello. Thank you so much for following. Thank you. Literally, it's like, I wish there was a button to go follow on all socials. Good. Good. All right. So, yeah, we were talking about like, I have a badge on my bag that my partner got me this actually. It was really nice. I love that he really supports the community and will ask me questions. It says, I will go with you. And it says the very important trans rights are human rights. Be nice to get a bigger one, to be fair. We also got onto the point of saying, if you witness something, somebody dead naming someone, somebody calling someone by their wrong pronouns, to step in and show a bit of support and say, well, actually, it's not that, it's this. There are different ways to say that. We don't have to be mean. It can be quite frustrating if someone is very ignorant and refusing to take this seriously. But it's still important to correct them if someone's called, like I given the example, my cousin, who we'll call Danny, and their dead name is Annie, to correct them and say, no, he is called Danny, and you should know this, especially when it's like people that have known them their whole life. We're also saying like it's okay to make mistakes. I personally, this can be difference of opinion across the board. Whatever I say, I'm not an expert and I have my own thoughts, but I'm willing to listen to others as well. For me, if someone gets it wrong or like assumes that I'm a straight person, hetero, I can correct them. Where was I going? What was my thought process? My thought process is ADHD. There's a lot of people that might get it wrong, and it basically correcting them. And if they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that." I think there's a lot of respect. I gain a lot of respect for them if it's an honest mistake. It's like, "Oh, sorry," or even when I witness people that have asked for certain pronouns that they used to have, so maybe she, her, and they're now he, him, and witnessing people getting it wrong and stepping in and say, no, actually it's he, him. It's actually he, him now. If they're like, oh, sorry, my bad, I'm just, oh, I'm so sorry, I just forgot, or I need to get used to it, please. I hope you can be patient with me, that kind of thing. I think that's a lot nicer than someone going, don't care, I'm not calling her or him. That kind of attitude, we don't need it, and we need to stand up for people and step in to show that we also care. It's a very, very powerful thing to take action. Happy Pride, Giru. Hello, is that how we say your name? Thank you so much for the lurks. Absolutely no problem. Hello, Ira. How are we? Are you good today? Teaching kindness is difficult from a former educator's perspective. Yeah. Some people don't want to know. Some people don't want to learn. Some people don't want to change. Obviously important for us to kind of reiterate and reinforce and keep standing up for human rights, allowing people to exist and feel safe for existing, because that's really something that should just be standard in 2025. And yeah, there's such power in people sticking up for each other. In your area, people are very difficult in trying to get them to be respectful. That's not nice. People can always make mistakes. If they're willing to learn, that's awesome. Yeah. If they continue to make that mistake, it becomes a choice. For sure. For sure. Hello, Taiwai. Hello. How was your raid this morning? Always stick out with them, but I say they to not assume, and they can't even do it. Oh, don't. There's a lot of assumptions. I mean, I was at a drag show recently with my partner, and I think I said this the other day, and someone showed, oh, that hetero couple over there, and I was like, but just correcting, and it was like, oh, apologies, sorry about that. Kata Tot, hello. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. One direct way you can teach kindness is say, hey, that's my friend or sister or nephew, when they're being stubborn about using the correct name or pronouns. Yeah, that is a really good way to just kind of show as well that you care, and you're not going to stand for it. We shouldn't have to stand for bad behaviour. If you make it personal to you, then you're letting the stubborn person know that it affects you too. Absolutely. Yeah. That is important. If they continue to do what they're doing, it's disrespecting. And it's disrespecting you both. And the whole community, of course. Where was I with... I had a little blah blah blah. Who did that? Azure Bay, thank you so much for the follow. There are so many different situations that can come up that can allow you to show support as well. There are things that you can do without a situation arising. Social media is a great way to show your stance and just say, I stand with the community, or asking if anyone can give advice on how to support. Just really showing with words that you care is a big statement. A lot of us have social media platforms. A lot of us might have a following of some sort, and using that platform for the good is incredibly powerful, and just nice to see other people that are in support of the community. I know like Threads is a big one at the moment where you can just say, oh, I'm looking for people, and loads of different sites, but just say I'm looking for people who, you know, believe in human rights, or I'm looking for people who believe trans rights are human rights, and absolutely don't want to be following anyone who doesn't agree with that. Showing solidarity, yeah. Raymond, hi, hello Captain, happy Pride. Can we all have some happy Prides in the chat, please? Happy Pride, one of the best months of the year. And we celebrate Pride throughout the whole year. I think you all know that, but sometimes it's good to state the obvious, which I do all stream, obviously, because there's sometimes people that might not know, you know. Never Goat, hello, happy Pride, my friend. Raymond, did you go to TwitchCon, by the way? Peachy Buns, hello, happy Pride. I love these emotes that people have. I love the Pride emotes. Catatonia, thank you so much for the follow. Hello there. Also, there are certain words that people might say and think it's funny to call something gay when it's like not gay. I think correcting people, I always, if someone says, oh, that's gay, I'm like, why are you saying that? You don't need to say that. And kind of explain why. It's not a nice thing to use. It's not appropriate. Thank you so much, Demon Fighters, for the follow. Hello there. Had to bring Gay Kirby to my channel for this one. I love Gay Kirby. What are we, 12 years old? It wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now, for sure. Like, it's that normalizing what is okay and what is not. It's very important. People that use certain slurs and words, it's just as important to correct when they say other things, as well as, yeah, anything that's offensive to the community. And yeah, trying to normalize taking action and correcting people and, you know, stopping them doing it effectively, or that's what we're trying to do. Whether they do or not is not important. Or it is important. It is important, but what am I trying to say? The most important thing is saying something, is doing something, and not just sitting there and letting it slide and letting them think that that's okay, because that's what they'll think. If they're allowed to joke about or say something offensive and no one pulls them up on it, they're going to do it even more without even knowing what you think. So it's very good to make it clear what your stance is and that you will not stand for it. Because silence is compliance. Thank you, Mia. Still at TwitchCon. Didn't get to catch a lot of people. Oh no. Being the awkward dude I am, I'm not the one to walk up and say hi to someone either. I'm very awkward at cons. I'm kind of sad that I'm not there this year, but it's okay, I suppose. Yeah, I like the Twitch Pride emotes. They're very cool as well. Very cool. Let me see. You can fundraise for charities that support the community. There are so many different charities that you can send money to or do fundraisers for and show people that you're fundraising for them. That's definitely a good way of support. There are thousands. I've just learned recently that when raising money for charity on streams, Tiltify takes a lot of fees, additional fees. So I'm changing what I do in terms of raising money for charity, and if I can use something other than Tiltify, I will. I'm going to be streaming for Stream for a Cause later this month, and I'm going to be doing stuff on the Queer Indie Gaming Showcase, or Queer Indie Game Showcase. And I had a talk with one of their guys about everything and helping me set it up, and it was really smooth, great bunch of people, and they were just telling me like a lot more about like why they use certain things. So I'm not going to be using Tiltify for that, but I've got another program that I can use, and it works, and I've tested it, so that's in use for that when it goes live. Oh, Thorla was at a panel. It was packed. Oh my goodness. People really just want to make genuine connections. Yeah, so Tiltify just take a lot of fees, additional fees. So raising money, you want that money to go to the charity, right? You want them to get every penny of it in making things better. And yeah, local charities are really good to look into and invest in if you can, if you have the capacity, of course. Google is a great friend. There might be some that you need to double check, because there are some charities that may come across great, and then I think by word of mouth there might be a couple that I found out along the way that aren't so good or aren't supportive for certain things. So it's all about doing the research, asking people, hey, is this a good charity to raise money for? I wanted to find a trans charity that we could support during one stream, and someone mentioned mermaids, so I was looking into that, and you know, asking around. Asking is such a useful tool, and we can do that, right? We can do that verbally, we can do that in an email, on social media, in person, over the phone. Like, there are many ways to communicate, and if you can't communicate one way, hopefully there's an alternative way that you can. So that's really important as well. Let me see. Oh, there's an... Okay. Holding corporations accountable. That's a big one. We could talk a lot about that. There are a lot of great big corporations who... Some might just like put a rainbow on their marketing material for June, but do they actually mean it? Do they actually follow through with action? Do they genuinely support the community all year round, or are they just doing it for show? I think it's really good when a company actually has like systems in place where they support the community in their workplace. There are a lot of things that you can do in the workplace to make it safer for us queer folk. There are, at one of my old companies that I worked for, I set up and talked a lot about the LGBTQIA plus. Was it the focus group, or it was not the focus group, it was like the group that would meet and talk about things that we could do in the workplace, events that we could do, things that we would go to. We went to a lot of like Stonewall conferences, and I learned a great deal more about how I can support my fellow community people at work and out of work. Mia, welcome home. Hello. You're on a bus with an ice pack. Wait, Kay, why do you have an ice? Oh, because it's warm out? My bad. Hope you're having a good day. Oh my goodness. I need to get closed captions, don't I? I thought I might have them on Twitch eventually, but I currently I don't think I don't. So I would like to do that because that's quite important, isn't it? It's very important. Let me put that on my list of things to do. There's captions. Unless it is an option on that you can see on Twitch at the moment. Yeah, potentially add. That would be very good. Yeah. That would be very good and very useful. What does this? There's a little thing here say. There are a lot of dollars flowing from our favourite corporations into the pockets of lawmakers who support harmful legislation. A shocking amount, actually. Hand in hand with the effort to shop from queer-owned businesses is the process of divesting from duplicitous companies. The sort that is waving rainbow flag with one hand and paying to pass a discriminatory bill with the other is really important to keep up with. And it's hard, by the way, but it's not impossible. And just doing your due diligence and checking, making sure that something is safe. Like I say, like a company that waves a pride flag in June, are they really showing support to the community? Are they supporting the bloody Supreme Court values? A really big thing that happened recently in the news, or in a bit of drama, was that Download Festival, someone shared an email that someone had sent saying they were going to enforce gendered toilets. And not that they even have that many like areas that have male, female toilets. But in the arena, I know they did have sections there, and then they have like gender neutral portaloos. I understand, so I'm not 100% clued up. As far as I know, it was a person that had gotten the wrong info and had given the wrong info out. I don't know how true that is. And in an email it captured, they had said that they would be enforcing the stupid Supreme Court rules and policing gender toilets. Now, I don't know how they would do that, 100%, but then they came back and said they wouldn't be doing that, that they, people can go to the toilet whichever they feel safer in and not worry about, having to be put in an awful position. Whilst Download hadn't issued a statement or said anything on it, I'd seen lots of people I knew that were going to Download and saying, I'm going to go, despite knowing that this might be the case, and I'll argue it there, and I'll maybe do a little bit of a protest there. And I was like, so you're still going while this situation is not cleared up yet? And I found that was something I had to challenge with a couple of people in saying, are you really sure you want to go and show support? Like the people that didn't even talk about like setting up a demonstration. Like if you know, are you not doing something first before deciding whether you want to go or not? Are you not going to clarify? Like, like something simple like that. Does that make sense? And it was a little bit eye-opening, the people that would kind of be like, oh, yeah, I know that, but I'll go anyway. Anyway, it seems like they've cleared it up, as far as I know, and that they're not going to be policing. Hello? Owlie? My cat's crying. It might be subtitles and captioning with SDH. What's SDH? Angelic, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. We got a hydrate and a honk. Thank God I wasn't honking for something important. It's never a practical decision. There's no way to always know. Yeah. There's no way to always know. I talk about this quite often as well, the time when we went to America and I got cornered by a woman who said I couldn't be in the toilet. She thought I was trans, and I'm not trans. I'm not offended by it, but I found it severely uncomfortable that someone was telling me to get out and that they were gonna get security in, and I was like, okay, I didn't understand what she meant at first. And I've seen that as well with other people. There was a woman on the phone, and another woman thought that she was trans because she had a deep voice. The woman was even like, I'll show you right now. It was very insensitive and not okay. Neither of us were interacting with anyone in the toilet. Neither of us were looking at anyone in the toilet. I am not very good with eye contact and strangers. I'm not good with eye contact and people that I know. Autism. But it's very insensitive to call someone out and assume you know who they are, what they identify as. It's very, very horrible. The first thing I thought was, we're in America. They can be armed in America. I'm very scared right now. And for me, like, I'm not a victim. I'm not someone that worries about this sort of thing every time they go out. And so it's so important for me to support the community because of that. Like, just simply existing shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be an absolute terrible thing to go to the toilet. You know? I'll give them my money, but I'll do it with a frown on my face. We can do better than that, right? Absolutely. Especially if we call ourselves advocates. We have to stand up for the things we believe in. Did you hear Owly? Oh, he's not even come in. He normally sits on my chair and then gets on the desk. Paul the girl cat, she's my cat that I've had for a while. She will sit there, but Owly does not. Why have I got a piece of paper? Oh. Well, we'll move that. Now then, you thought it was your cat, Sinker. I'm not sure what SDH is, but they seem to put it in with them. Oh. Most people who are part of the raid train aren't going to be subs, so maybe we should take a break during ads so they don't miss each other. Oh yeah, I apologise. Is that what you were honking for? Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. Never mind. We can repeat ourselves. Have to live up to the advocate name, otherwise that's the difference to supporting bigots if we sit there not speaking out when stuff is happening. That's why I keep coming back to that point. It's so important to take action, not be a bystander, speak up, step in if something's going wrong or something's not right. If something is dangerous, if there's a dangerous situation that you can't physically jump in because you will get hurt, call for help. Get the police involved if someone is, if someone's life is at risk. There's still ways that you can help. You rather than just go, I'm going to turn a blind eye. I'm going to look on and allow this to happen and allow someone to be discriminated against or have their safety compromised. Because that's what it can come down to. Yeah. Hello, Sam. Happy Pride. Hello. I think it's one of the most important things is standing up for others. And, you know, we can stand up for ourselves if we're put in an awkward position, but wouldn't it be great if someone else stepped in and went, yeah, I support you. Is there anything I can do to help? Can I help in this situation? Also, buddy, use the right pronouns. Come on, it's not hard. If I can do it, you can do it. You know? Supreme Court and download was the bit I think you were talking about in the ad. Oh, so about download being going back and forth and then saying that they weren't going to police the toilets. It was all a bit confusing. If there are trans people in your life and they are the same gender as you, you can offer to go with them to the bathroom. Yeah, so that if there is any altercation, you can step in and protect them immediately. Yes. Obviously be sensitive about how you offer it. Yes. Having someone in a bathroom that has your back can make a trans person feel a lot safer. Yeah, exactly. Like, would you like me to accompany you? And, you know, be on standby just in case, or I don't know, there's so many different ways to ask. Also, if you're not sure about asking but you genuinely want to ask how to support someone, you can just say that. You can say, are there any ways that you would feel really supported by me? Is there something I can do that would make you feel even more supported? Or what can I do? Or Google is a really, really easy, useful tool that everyone can access on here for sure, because you're in the stream, so you can access the internet in some way. Google, if you type in Google, how can I support the LGBTQIA plus community, there are loads of websites, loads of things that will come up that you can have a research on, that you can have a look at. And there might be like, how do I don't know. There might be a situation that comes up and it's like, what are the right words to say, or what words should I avoid? I even did that with, and this might be masking and part of my autism, trying to see what would be acceptable in society. But I remember someone lost their mum, and I was like, I typed in like, what would be the appropriate thing to say to reach out, and what might not be so appropriate. Now, again, this is all subjective. What some people will say is okay to say, someone else might not like that. So there is scope that it might not be 100% correct, or it might not be everyone's preference. But I think taking time to like think about it and research and make sure you're not being insensitive is really important. Oh, you passed us on the bus. Nice, Kay. And yeah, the public bathrooms thing. I was going to say that, like, asking if a trans person is going into your toilet, and yeah, you could say, can I accompany you to the bathroom? Obviously not in the stall. Could probably use a comma there unless you have spare underwear. Oh, look, ReadyBot is now with us. You are watching PhoebeOnTV on the Pride Guild Raid Train. On the Pride Guild Raid Train. Up next is Minty's Pub, and that is in a couple of hours from now, 10 AM PDT. And then Senri, I love that it has the list of streamers that we're going to go to as well. That's pretty cool. There are definitely safer things to say generally, I've noticed, even if there is some variation due to people being different. Yeah, it's that whole thing of like, I'm sorry you feel that way, can be taken different ways. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Like, different ways of saying things can have a different effect on people and a different response. And even if someone's not happy with our response, it can be good to say, hey, was there a could I have worded that better? Taking the time to just really show that you care. It's like just standard etiquette. It's interesting, isn't it? We were talking about corporations. We were talking about showing you're an ally. Support queer-owned businesses. Again, I find social media a really good tool to just be like, hey, are there any queer creators that I could follow? Is there anyone in the community that you could recommend that sells badges or stickers, or even, do you know any queer streamers or LGBTQIA plus streamers? And the great thing about this Pride raid train is that the raid train is going to be going to streamers from the Pride Guild all month. Every 2 hours it's going to go to a new stream. Luckily, I feel very privileged, and I'm making use of it. I've been offered 2 slots because we're doing so many Pride streams this month, but it's to showcase our discussion streams. And so because we're doing that, they've offered me a second slot a bit later next week, which is really cool. And I obviously, it's so important to me to do this all the time. We talk about Pride things and stuff all the time because it's just who I am. And our stream is a caring stream, and it's a friendly, wholesome community. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really cool creators and really cool streamers in this Pride Guild, not just the raid train. And I think it would be really cool to make sure you check everyone out that is streaming. And there is a lineup as well. As you see, ReadyBot has shared the lineup of where the train is, who's going to be on it. So if you want, follow ahead of time. Like, there's a whole list of people there. There's the list of the people that have streamed. There's the list of people to come over the next few weeks. It's really, really cool. A really cool resource to use. For me as well, being part of the Pride Guild, there is a Discord, and they've got so many resources in there, so many people in there. I made a mistake. There's like a section for collabs, and I think I said I meant to say trans women, and I said I'm looking for trans females, and someone reached out and said, I'm sorry, do you mean trans women, or do you mean like do you mean assigned female at birth, or do you mean trans women? So that was another thing that I was like, oh gosh, yes. Normally I would say trans women, and for some reason had a little blip. But it's things like it's like knowing what is appropriate to say. And someone corrected me, and I said, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So sorry for saying that. I'm so sorry for the confusion. And they're like, it's fine. Just happy to help, you know? And I think that was a really good interaction of like understanding what is appropriate to say and what was the better thing to say. Queer businesses have the best stickers. This is fact. They do. I've got quite a few on my suitcase now. I love it. Absolutely love it. Exactly, Ira. That's like one of the common themes of this today that we've been talking about, is that there's such a difference between an honest mistake and someone that wants to correct themselves, and someone doing it deliberately and being completely ignorant and not caring who it's affecting. Is yeah. But yeah, there are queer-owned businesses are everywhere. And it's great to support local businesses, isn't it? It's great. So yeah, absolutely have a look. Everything you could possibly buy, you could do a bit of research and find someone that that is a queer-owned business. The really fun thing that I'll be doing with the Stream for a Cause is doing the queer indie game showcase, and they have loads of really cool games that have either been made by the queer community or are about the queer community, or both. I have a list of games that I want to be choosing from, and I will be sharing the list as well with everyone. If anyone wants it, just let me know in the Discord or on here on a whisper, and I can send you the link, because that's really cool as well. I love a game with a good meaning, and really recommend the series A Year of Springs. Mia recommended it to me and we cried the first two. Really good as well, like to see from a point of view of the first one was called, what was it, One Night Hot Springs, and it gives you a really good feel of someone that is trans and their experience and how they are treated and certain things that could go wrong, but also certain things that could show understanding and support. And it was so important, that game. I will recommend it to everyone. We're actually going to be doing a stream on Saturday next week with Mel Zelia, and I've suggested that Mel plays and we watch along and we'll talk about different things that come up. I think it's such an important game to play, and for people that like don't really understand or want to understand more, or just want to see like, you know, things that really provoke some thought, it's such a good game. Really emotional. Would that be a preferable term? So preferable term was trans women, and not like trans female. There could be beans. Mia, I hope whatever you're making is good. Let us know. Yeah, the bathhouse. Yeah, One Night Hot Springs. That was it. The supportive staff member. Yeah, there were so many heart-touching movements. In brackets, it was called One Night Hot Springs. Yeah, I have it on Steam. It's really like articulated well. The dialogue is really good, and yeah, it's definitely a good one to play. It's not very long either. It's like, I think it was a couple hours. I spent a bit longer because I am slow, but also there were some really interesting talking points along the way as well. So yeah, I think it's a highlight on your Twitch page as well. Probably actually. So we were talking about support queer-owned businesses. To find LGBTQIA+ businesses to support, directories like We Are Gay Friendly, Gay Pages, and the Fluid Project with PHLUID, specifically for clothing, are very helpful. I wonder if they were... Aha. Yes, that might be in the States for wearegayfriendly.com. Basically, there are so many... thought about my browser. Oh, no, it seems alright, Ad. Seems okay. Again, Google can be a great tool for finding these things out or asking other people. Yeah, another great way to support the community is by buying from community-owned businesses. And I hope it's all working and it's okay. Did I miss you saying friendly businesses? Did you? So buying from queer-owned businesses, and there are a few like they look like American recommendations in one of these. Sarbear, hello, thank you so much for the follow. One of them was We Are Gay Friendly. It's just called We Are Gay Friendly. There was Gay Pages and the Fluid Project. That's PHLUID. They're just a couple of examples on that website that I had open. But there are like loads. There are so many. Like, even I've brought up another page on Google. 23 LGBTQIA plus organisations you can support right now. Like, there's so many. And you can put where you are based. So you can put like LGBTQIA plus friendly businesses in the UK or in Europe or Africa, or maybe somewhere a smaller area like London or whatever. And you should absolutely find something for whatever you're looking for. Depending on how niche it is, but that should be. If it's like things like clothing, we all need clothing. Clothing optional for some, I'm sure. Coffee beans, jewellery, like we said, stickers, pins. There are so many queer businesses for those things, for sure. So yeah, support queer-owned businesses. Another way of supporting. Enjoy media. Enjoy some LGBTQ plus media. That's another way. Immerse yourself in our culture. Find out more. Do the research. Listen to podcasts. Watch a movie. Games. Like I said about games, there are so many ways to just be immersed in the culture, especially the games or tech if there's stuff there. Yeah, yes. In terms of the showcase as well, I'll be allowed to share with you the pages that they're going to send with all the games in, because that's really useful. I was starting to wishlist them all the other day. That's the ones on behalf of Stream for a Cause. The Queer Indie Game Showcase is taking place from the 8th of June to the 14th, by the way. And blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just bring up my list here because they have it. And I am allowed to share it with you. And the catalogue. Blah, blah, blah. Can I make that full page? Might be that I just tell you, just for safety, because I can't seem to get it on one page without other things in the background. But there are, in this showcase, there are going to be 25 queer indie games, and like I say, they are either made by queer devs or they are about the queer community, or both. And there's a lot of sponsors on there that you might recognise. Blumhouse Games, Akupara Games. They've also got Beloved Rapture, Janbe Games, I think, Soft Not Weak, Whitethorn Games, Dear Villagers, BTFL Glitch, and Blackfield Entertainment. There's a game called After Love EP. That's from the creator of Coffee Talk, which I think some of you have played. Pardon me. And also What Comes After. It's a slice of life adventure set in modern Jakarta about love, loss, and finding your own way forward. Step into the shoes of Rama, a young musician struggling to move on with life after the death of his girlfriend, Sinta. After Love EP. That one's on PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. And it looks like it was currently $19.99. In an uninspiring turn of events, I'm having chicken, spinach and rice. Oh, well, Mia, that's still food. So get it in you, girl. The media one I'm interested in. This might be off the mark, but would that mean stuff like Doctor Who? I know both the show itself and like David Tennant have been very outspoken. That's also, that could be. That absolutely could be. I guess it's subjective, right? If it feels like, yeah, that might be like, you know, that's someone who shows support to the community, then you can absolutely tie that in with it, I think. Shadow Ice, hello, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Hello, Flecky, I hope you're doing well. Hello there. Welcome. I hope you're well. Chicken, spinach, rice. I want chicken, spinach and rice. Another game, Beloved Rapture. That's a JRPG that's inspired by the classics. There's beautiful landscapes, flight in turn-based battles. Fight, sorry. Wow. And uncover many secrets. It's a mid-length adventure game. Balances both an intimate coming-of-age story and larger threats looming over the troubled kingdom. That sounds pretty cool. I like the sound of that one. I might ask about that one because that's one of the sponsors and I might be able to play that. Coming-of-age stories. I love stuff like that. Especially if it's to do with queer things and stuff, for sure. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Shadow Ice. All right. God, there's loads. There's one called Caravan Sandwich. That's a sci-fi. There's Dustborn. Looks like a fun adventure. There's Eternal Strands. That's also an action adventure game, third person. There's one called Fallen Leaf. It's a retro side scroller. One called Fear the Spotlight, atmospheric third person horror. That sounds pretty cool. We're talking about some queer indie games that are going to be showcased shortly. One called I Just Want to Be Single. Interesting. An anti-dating sim. One called Ink Inside. Co-op action RPG. So a lot of these I'll be sharing on my socials and in the Discord and on a stream in a couple weeks. So I'm just reading off it at the moment, but we'll have like a real cool poster and I can share a link to the file as well, which is good. Oh my goodness, Spebby's here. Hello Speb. Hi friends, what were you playing? You were playing 7 Rebirth. Were you doing the hard mode? Spebby, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for bringing a wonderful raid as well. And Eamon is here. Hi Eamon, how are you doing? Are you good? I hope you're well. Yes, Spebby, let us know how it went. I know you might be tired. You've been live for a couple of hours, right? I hope it went well. Tell us what you got up to. We're talking about some queer indie games that are going to be showcased in a couple of weeks. Another great way to support the LGBTQIA+ community is by consuming entertainment that is about the community or by the community. And games is no exception to that. So The Final Cut is another game that looks like a mystery clue finder thingy. Kitsune Tales, that looks very fun. Bright colours, maybe platformer it seems. One called Love, Ghosty. Love, Ghosty. Now that seems good. That seems really good. Someone said it was one of their favourite games when I was talking about it, so I'm going to have to try that out, aren't I? It's a cool old sci-fi novel that explores gender and sexuality as part of the story called The There's a cool old sci-fi novel that explores gender and sexuality as part of the story called The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula Le Guin? Gwyn? Maybe Gwyn. The Left Hand of Darkness. We got any book people out here? I do like to read. I've been finding audiobooks easier to focus on lately. I've really struggled with focus recently. But that's good because audiobooks are great. I can still get my books in. So thank you in brackets. That's a good recommendation. The Left Hand of Darkness. Oh, let me just copy and paste that as well. Notepad. There we go. All right. What other MonsterCon. MonsterCon is on that Queer Indie Games showcase. Do you remember Monster? What was it called? Monster Prom. So MonsterCon is a new one. Hunt Train. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for dropping by. Almost completed the Colosseum challenges in hard mode on the final one, but it's hard and I'm brain dead. I can imagine. I can imagine, Speb. Oh, GG's for getting through and making progress. There was a really good one. I'll see if I can find it. You visit a house and follow a story from stuff you find from your sibling and their life. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds really cool, Ad. Spebby, the stream's going really well. We had our Pride Guild raid train come in. A great bunch of cuties came in to join the already here cuties. I can't even speak. So that was lovely. We'll be raiding at 6 p.m. UK time, and we will be raiding out to Minty's pub. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to go live on the front page of Twitch. Quite nervous about it, but quite excited, but very nervous because there's going to be so many people watching, lurking, listening to me, and I'm very paranoid about that. But this is so important to me. I think like the importance and the messages I want to get across trump everything. Lone Rainbow, hi. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, it's going well. We've been talking about how to be a good ally, how to show support and respect to the LGBTQIA+ community. And so at the moment we've been talking about some queer indie games. And I'll be doing a queer indie game showcase on the 11th of June. That's my actual stream. But I'll also be fundraising for Stream for a Cause that week. And I'll be sharing all the games in a graphic, basically. Games that you can buy or play to support queer-owned businesses or devs or games about the queer community. There's another one called Mythwrecked. Shipwrecked on a mythical island. Mythwrecked. You must befriend the forgotten gods of Greek mythology and restore their memories. Build new friendships, solve the mystery and save the gods. Another one called Nightmare Cart. Zoom through gothic streets in this horror-themed vehicular combat racing game. Okay. Lone Rainbow, nice to meet you too. Hello. Happy Pride. Hello, Kyla NYE? Or is it Kyla Nye? Kyla Nye, I think. Welcome in. Hello. Happy Pride. Thank you for following. Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Spebby, for the lurk. Gonna do a bit of housework. Yes, that's totally fine. I think I need to do a bit of tidying this evening, but we'll see. We'll see. Another queer indie game showcase game is called Peppered. An existential platformer where doomsday is just around the corner. Save the world or become an eternal corporate slave for the god of death? Choices matter. Or do they? Goof around and find out. That's what that says. I'm just going to close my door real quick. I was leaving it open just in case one of the cats would come in. But my mum's come home now, so it might be a bit noisy if I leave the door open. Kyla. All right. Kyla, nice to meet you. Thank you for correcting me as well. I appreciate that. Did I see you all play Gone Home? Yes! Oh my god, yes! I played that one on TikTok. Gone Home. Oh my god, that was a great game. I forgot about that one. That was the one ad, wasn't it? That was the one where you're going finding clues. Yes. Chat, have you played Gone Home? It's so good. It's so good. I wasn't expecting that story either. Mandelbrot, hello. I salute you too. I hope you're doing okay. The ending is what came to mind. Yeah, Ad, I completely forgot about that one. I can't believe I forgot about that one. It was so... Oh, it was brilliant. It was so good. Basically, loads of games that you can play that support queer devs or has a story about the community that you can learn more. And I honestly think One Night Hot Springs, that was such a good game to see how it feels from a trans person's perspective. I think there's so much to learn in a game that puts you in the shoes of someone that is going through all these things. There's a lot that, for me, like, that makes me think and feel how they would in that situation. Like, you're immersed, you're playing a character, and I think it's really useful in terms of trying to understand how someone might feel and making you really think in situations, how could I better support someone that's going through this? Or how can I better support someone in this who identifies as this? If you're playing a game that shows you situations that might arise, it might make you think twice. So even if you don't understand or don't really, even better if you don't really care, play it and tell us what you think. That would be amazing if someone did. But I think everyone here cares, and I love that. I'm very proud that the community are like angels. They troll a lot, but they're a wholesome, caring community, and I wouldn't have anyone that wasn't caring in here. The people that don't care and are ignorant don't last, don't stick around, and aren't part of our community. Just got to try and do what you can to keep it safe, right? And we don't want evil people in, discriminatory people. I make it very clear that we support other humans in here. Human rights are important. Trans rights are human rights. And if people don't agree with these things, if people don't support minorities, if people are discriminatory, they don't belong here. Easy, simple. There's a cute little indie co-op fishing game called Web Fishing. I've heard of that. It's outrageously queer. So cozy that might be a bit boring for a stream though. I love a cozy game though, because those kind of games, if it's a game where you can like talk as well, stop and talk every now and then, I find they're really good games to play on stream. Cookie, you threw your pizza in the oven, started a wash, now wait till the pizza is done. Let's go. Hello, GSW Skog. Hello there. Have I said that right? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. It's a great game for the background when just chatting even. Oh, really, Mia? Good. I don't know if the web fishing dev ever publicly announced they were queer, but they knew far too much to not be queer, you think? We can't assume. I like this supporting business thing. I like this supporting businesses thing. because there are truly gems to enjoy while showing support, right? Absolutely. You can be a dog or cat, and it's 3D pixel art world. Ah. We only troll you when playing scary games from my memory. Alright. Alright. Alright, web fishing. Let me see. Is it on Steam? See, I learn new things too. This is my whole, like, the thing I love about this is I can share what I know and how I think and what I think and what I understand. I don't know everything. It's $4.29 web fishing. Let me show you. This is it on Steam. Very cute. A multiplayer chat room focused fishing game. Relax and fish on the web. Cute. I'll just turn this down. Cute. Do you collect the fish then as well? Oh, you can put them into an aquarium and stuff and things. Can't wait for Switch to Mario Kart. Skog is more easy. I'll try and remember Skog. Thank you. It's just £4. £4. Friend convinced you to get this game. Yeah. We met a lot of cool people. You can sell the fish. Ah, okay. Coming soon, although it's out now. But that was the trailer, I guess. It's been out since October 2024. Last year. Cool. Yeah, I love little like recommendations like that. Sombre, hi! Happy Pride! How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I forgot we had that little animated emote now. Very cute. Very cute. Very, 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 very cute. What else? Right. So, chat. Can anyone tell me what you've learned so far? We can tell anyone that's just joined us or anyone that might want a refresher of what we've covered. Ad, you even said something a minute ago. Have we learned anything about how we can support the community, the LGBTQIA+ community? One of the things I'm gonna wait for someone to say one thing. It's pop quiz now. Look at all those cute emotes. Very cute. Alright, chat. What ways can we support the LGBTQIA+ community? What have you learned so far? Add small businesses. Yeah, supporting small businesses. Researching LGBTQIA+ friendly businesses and owned businesses. Silence being complicit. So we were saying that silence is compliance. Standing up for people when you see something's not right. Speaking up is one of the most powerful things and most important things to do, and not just letting it slide and not being silent, because you're not showing you care by doing that. Saying, hey, that's my friend. Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's see. We were talking about enjoying some media. Some LGBTQIA+ media. Mum's singing, I think. I don't know if you can hear. Holding corporations accountable. Doing your research and due diligence and making sure that if you're supporting a company, are they really doing what they're saying? Or are they just waving a pride flag, but actually counteracting that with their values or their actions? Yeah. Offering to go toilet with someone. yeah, go to the restrooms with someone. If you are, if they're going to be going to the same toilet as you or restroom, and asking if they want someone to accompany them, not in the stall, but you know, outside of. Correcting people if they dead name or give the wrong pronouns. Yeah, very good, chat. We sort of touched on it, but amplifying marginalised voices is also so super important. Thank you, Mia. We can talk about that a bit more now as well. Yeah. So, most simple way of doing that, even on social media, like sharing something that someone's said, or quoting a post and saying, hey, you should really check out this this streamer or this person, and why. There's so many different ways to amplify marginalised voices, but for sure, it's really good that Twitch are doing this, that Twitch have got the Pride shelf, and I'm happy to announce on stream that I'll be on the Pride shelf for the whole of June and the rest of the year. They've got 1,000 of us who will be rotating on the Pride front page shelf, which is a section for the LGBTQIA plus community who are also in the Pride Guild, and just kind of amplifying us and you know, giving us a space to be loud and proud. That's really great. I'm getting a front page today on the actual top of Twitch, apparently. So keep your eyes peeled if anyone sees it and wants to take a screenshot when it's live. I'd love that. Yeah, like hosting a stream. Butterfly Garden Gaming, hell yeah! Congrats, by the way, congrats, because that's amazing, isn't it? We're all deserving of these things, and I'm always thinking like, oh gosh, I'm an imposter, or I've got imposter syndrome, or do I deserve it? Why me? But actually, why me? Because I deserve it too. So I'm so proud of everyone that has managed to get into it. I was on the video, by the way, chat. I came off my stream the other day and I cried because Twitch in the UK and Ireland shared me in a video, and I applied for this front page shelf about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know if I'll get it. I probably won't. And there was an option to send a bit of a video to talk about what the Pride Guild means to you, what, you know, how you feel and think about it. And I sent a 1-minute video, and all the applications you have to send a 1-minute video, and just hope that they might pick part of it, a couple of seconds to show off. And I didn't hear anything back other than that I would be on the front page shelf for Pride. And I was like, oh, I guess my video didn't get picked. Like, why would it get picked? You know, I'm just a small streamer, affiliate, been affiliate for 7.5 years, which is a very good achievement, by the way. But I was like, they won't pick me. I'm like, I'm a nobody. Well, let me show you. When I came off that stream, I thought maybe I'll check. Maybe I'll check during stream, and because we were doing a collab stream, I kind of forgot, and there were lots of things going on that I just didn't. So I came off stream because I needed to announce that I was going to be on the Pride shelf, and I opened this.
I am so proud to be part of the Twitch Pride Guild.
It's me!
Sharing this space with some amazing creators and trying to make the world a better place. Mwah.
The Pride Guild has helped me connect with
I
other
was stunned.
LGBTQIA+ folks from all around the world.
So why
Also,
am I proud to be part of the Pride Guild? Simple fact, just
amplifying
that I've been seen. I
other
found myself
streamers.
through streaming. I didn't know who I was, where I
It's
was,
me
until I found a
and my
community
friends.
that supported me and found who I really am. I'm proud to say
We love
I've been
Warwick.
non-binary for 3 years now. And
Warwick
big
got a lot of
part is
airtime in
through
this.
Twitch.
And I can authentically celebrate.
Can't believe
pride
this.
and
No, right.
myself in the
Discrimination.
guild.
Not really.
Creativity,
Warwick's great.
inclusivity, and authenticity
And
are
Harley.
the true pinnacles of success, and there's no better way
I'm yet to meet
celebrate
Vaughnie.
that than with the ones who live their lives as loudly, proudly, and fearlessly like we do in the Pride Guild.
I'm yet to meet a lot of them.
Surrounded by other amazing LGBTQIA+ creators who celebrate each other's identities and stories. It's incredibly empowering.
For
It
me,
is.
It's all about making people feel seen, safe, and valued.
Our voices are
100%.
more important now than ever before, and we need to be loud, we need to be proud, and we need to be together for pride.
Together for Pride. And there's a bunch of other streamers as well. See, they didn't pick everyone. And I'm honoured that they picked me. And I was like, they picked me and they put me on first? What? So I was very emotional about that. Just because I felt seen for like the first time by Twitch. And the fact that they're putting me on the front page today, like, they've done that. They've done that. And that was me. And I'm just like, okay, I am deserving of it. I need to take those wins and really like remember those when I'm having a bad day. I've had a bit of a struggle lately. I've had a bit of a slump recently that I've come out of. And it's really hard. It's really easy to get into a slump. It's really easy to kind of not really know what you're doing or feel like everything's kind of not going the way you'd hoped. But trying to focus on the wins, trying to just strip it all back and say, why am I here? And the Pride Guild has given me so much motivation and joy and just opportunity. I really want to support this cause. I really want to share. There's an ad coming, so I will have a I wonder if we'll snooze it, because I don't want it to be when we go. Oh, it'll be after we go live on the front page. Nick's Vale, is that how you say it, by the way? Thank you so much for the follow and hello. Yeah, like what is important to me, and it's connecting with the community, which is one thing I never knew would be the most important thing of streaming. Meeting people, getting to meet people that relate to me. I'm so genuine, I'm so down to earth. I will tell you when I'm having a bad day. I'll tell you when I've lost someone with grief. I will also share my highs as well as my lows. And it's really important that I do that, because I just want to be me. And you can't be yourself if you're not. If I don't think I could be myself if I wasn't sharing the highs and the lows. But it also shows that it will connect you to people who are experiencing the same, and people relate, and people, you know, actually can connect with you or have experienced that before. That is so important to me. So yeah, the Pride Guild has really like given me even more of a boost, because now I can talk about, or I always talk about it anyway, but I can be supported by another group who agree with my values and want me to do well, and give me motivation to share what I know and learn and educate from and with other people. So yeah, a slump? Not in Pride Month, surely. No. Recognise. Oh, Ad, you did say it. I know that streamer. I know you. I recognise a lot of communities that were commenting on it and seeing how everyone knew everyone is so nice. You're deserving because you're a cool bean. I mean, I try my best. I'm just out here trying my best, and that's what we're all doing, right? Skog, I tried No Logic Zelda Ocarina of Time on stream. Was to mush. Oh, too much, do you mean? I've not played any of the Zelda games. Awful, isn't it? Okay, we might be going live on the front page now, I think. It is 5 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific time. Aloha Brooks, thank you so much for the follow. Hello. We might need to mute our event sounds, but we'll see. We'll have them come up on the screen at least. It might be that they don't go off crazy. We might not notice much, but we might. I don't know. It's the first time, so we're not sure. Aloha, my first time in. Thank you so much, Aloha Brooks. Thank you. Hello, Lady Laura 567. Hello, friend. Gosh, it is time. Do you see anything? Do you see anything on the front page? Oh, Skog, so you're in Europe somewhere, huh? Thankful I find you. Thank you so much. How did you guys find me? How? Because a lot of you came in on the raid train. A lot of you are regulars here, which I'm very grateful that people come back. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Where have you come from? Let me see. You are live, it says. Yeah, I know I'm live. It's Mia's first time. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Not yet. It doesn't look like we're on there yet. Could take a little while to go through. It's along the top scroller, isn't it? I think that's how it works. I don't know. I don't even know. Found you in a stream. Deliver us Mars. Did you never, Goat? That's crazy. On the shelf already as well. Hey, nice, nice. So we're on the shelf. I think we'll also be on the top of Twitch. Apparently. Apparently. I don't know. Spibby, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. I will play that. Thank you so much. It will go off in a sec. I think it will go off in a sec.
Whoa, holy fork sandwiches.
There it is. Thank you.
Real J7 Panda, Real J7 Zombie
Thank you so much, Spebby. Really appreciate it. Can also confirm that you're such. Hey, nice. Found you in my recommended about an hour ago. Nice, Lone Rainbow. Thank you so much. Holy fork sandwiches. 2021. You did, Skog. You did. Was your name the same back then? I was wondering if Skog seemed familiar. Hunt Train recommended you. Oh, Hunt is amazing. Seems like Hunt has got some really good friends as well. And I only just followed them on Twitch the other day. I realised I wasn't following them because I'd seen they post. Oh my god! Hang on. Thank you. Who did that? Nimmers. Hi, Nimmers. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Seems like we are on the front page. Seems like it just shot up. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. We're talking about pride things and stuff today. It's very, very, very important to me. Thank you so much for the scare. It didn't scare me, though, did it? It didn't scare me. The LGBTQIA+ community is very important to me. I am queer, I identify as queer, and I am also a supportive ally to the community because humans are humans, no matter what they identify as, no matter what their preference is. Humans are humans ultimately, and I care about humanity. I care about people just existing without stress, without discrimination. That goes for all groups of people, marginalised and not marginalised. But it's very important to amplify marginalised voices, like Mia was saying. And that was a current topic of discussion when it comes to how to show respect and support to the community. Amplifying the voices of marginalised communities. Now, does anyone know how we can amplify the voices of marginalised communities? I was saying something as simple as going on social media and sharing, retweeting, not that everyone goes on there on Twitter, but like sharing someone's posts, talking about something that's important and relating to the community, or just saying, hey, here's a great streamer that is, you know, if it's someone that is part of the community, you don't have to out them. You don't have to say, here's a great streamer and they are gay. Maybe don't say that. But like, if you're looking to support, if it's someone that is out as well, never out somebody who is from the LGBTQIA plus community if they haven't come out themselves. Never assume. But yeah, you can say, if you're looking for more streamers to follow, go follow this person. I think they're great. Or, seeing as it's Pride Month, I'd love to share some LGBTQIA plus community streamers. And here are some that I like that kind of thing. Wish we had more voices out there like yours. Thank you so much. I am DJ WP. And hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. It's just so important. And I think, like, I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert, but I will do what I can to share my knowledge, and I will do what I can to share what I think is good and bad, and I will ask questions, and I will be keen to learn more, and I will apologize if I've said anything wrong and not play the victim like so many people can do. I just have compassion and understanding, and I want to learn and understand more. We will have an ad in 3 minutes that's coming up. Supporting queer-owned businesses is one thing we've been talking about. Yep. Checking out their games is another thing. There are so many ways to find out what would be a queer-owned business. You can use Google, for instance. Google is a tool that everyone here will have access to. Or like media, go into people's Pride streams. Hello! We're part of the raid train, the Pride Guild raid train, which is going throughout the whole of June. So it started this morning, and there's a link to it. Check out all of those streamers. They are all part of the Pride Guild. They are all out as part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and they are absolutely people to support and amplify their voices. Cherry Mints, hi! Did you see me on the front page? Hello, friends. You have dyslexia, Skog. That's totally fine. There's no discrimination. Absolutely no discrimination for that. I would be understanding. I apologise if I read something wrong or if I don't understand something. But absolutely not your fault. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Marcus. Hello, Marcus. How are you? Marcus, actually, I think I saw you in the Discord yesterday. I hope you're doing all right. I think I was meant to reply and then I got sidetracked halfway through, so I don't know if I sent it or not. So I hope basically I hope it didn't come across as like I didn't care. I know I said hello, but I might not have replied directly to your post. There was a lot going on yesterday, wasn't there? All right, so we're part of the Pride Guild raid train, and our next stop will be Minty's Pub. My name is PhoebeOnTV, and I'm queer. I'm I'm a streamer that has ADHD and autism. And I'm a queer female, and I don't know. I don't know what you want me. I don't know what you want to know, but feel free to ask questions. I love cats, and I love advocating for human rights. Very important things in life. I care about people. I want people to live without fear of being who they are, authentically themselves. And I want people to have more understanding and compassion for people that just want to exist. I think it's so easy to be kind, personally, and it makes me very sad when people don't support others for their very basic right to exist, because that's what it's all about. Did you know women who lived alone and owned cats were most likely to be accused of witchcraft? I don't know if it's still a thing or if it's what people used to say, but I hear there is a common assumption of that. I don't live alone with cats. I live with a family member. But yeah, because cats would keep the rats with plague away and wouldn't get sick. Oh, that's true. That's a cool fact. You got ads now? Okay, I'm going to do a quick break. Not enough people are accusing me of witchcraft. I'm going to do a quick, or maybe I'll just stay on and we won't talk too much about things and stuff yet. English is already hard, but even harder when you're dyslexic and non-native speaker. Absolutely, in brackets. Absolutely. English is a hard language. Yeah. Thank you for everyone watching the ads. Not that you can hear me. I'll have a hydrate. Keep reanimating all these corpses and no one is calling me in. Oh gosh, Mia. Is everyone hydrating? You've got to look after yourselves. No one else is going to do it. Well, I mean, you would hope so, but considering checking out a local event for Pride in a bit. No worries, Midnight. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. Very cool. We're on the front page, it seems. Feels weird. It's alright though. Just act normal. Family friendly. We'll come to our next point. Only some of you can hear me at the moment. Now, is it Rish? Is that how you say it? Or is it right? How do we pronounce your name? And happy Pride to you too. Happy Pride. I've seen your name and I don't know how to say it out loud. So I'd love to know. No pressure. Always too family, too friendly. It's a good job I'm single, says Spebby. I have too many clothes. Apartment won't be allowed any. I have 3 wardrobes in my room. And a couple of shoe racks. I got rid of one shoe rack and gave a lot of shoes to charity recently because they would just gather in dust. If you have a black cat, you would most definitely be accused of being a witch back then. That's nuts, isn't it? Zeus doesn't need clothes, so he's lucky. Zeus the cat. Usually go by Riss. Okay, that's totally valid. Alright, Riss. Well, nice to meet you formally on here. Formally? Is it formally? I don't know. But hello and happy Pride. Happy Pride indeed. Cookie, you're on month 2, so don't any closets yet. Oh, you mean month number 2? For your new place? Oh, you are here a month. Can't spell. No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. The excitement of it all. Don't own any closets yet. No idea how much space I would take. Yeah, I have too many clothes. As formal as we can get for Twitch. Precisely. Right, I think the ads are over. Is everyone back from the ads? Hello, friends. Hi. I hope to keep this space as safe as possible for anyone. We get rid of anyone who is indicating causing harm to anyone in the community. We don't tolerate discrimination. We support each other. We want to promote inclusivity and all the good stuff. So yeah, if you want to say hi and tell us a bit about yourself, feel free. But if you don't, if that's a bit too scary, then you're more than welcome to listen in, maybe learn something today, hopefully. And I love getting the community involved in stuff. Just to reiterate some things we've been talking about, our main focus is how can we support the LGBTQIA+ community? How can we show respect to the LGBTQIA+ community? And it's very important. It's very important to be vocal about it, to make people aware that we support the community, that we are allies or even part of the community if you're comfortable about being out and open, because it can be scary too. It shouldn't be in this day and age, but I completely understand. Not everyone gets a positive reaction, so it's very, very scary. Coming out is something that doesn't just happen once for most of us. It's something that happens in new situations, new places of work, meeting new people, meeting friends of friends, coming out to family. You don't just sit in a room and have all your friends and family and everyone you've ever met and will ever meet in a room at one point and go, I would just like to announce that I'm gay. Doesn't happen like that, sadly. And some people get a really great reaction from some people, and some people get a not so great reaction from some people. So there's so many different experiences. But yeah, standing up for people is really important. So we were talking about, if you see something that's not right, step in, say something, show someone that you've got their back with your actions, shut down someone who's dead named someone, correct someone who's used the wrong pronouns. You don't have to do it rudely, you can do it politely, do it whatever way you want, really. But standing up and speaking up are absolute clear ways to show someone that you care and that you've got their back. So Vidana, hello, happy Pride, how are you? Stand up against xenophobia or bigotry in any form. Yes. Happy Pride Month. Hello, Flynn. No, not at all, do not worry, Flynn. Did we have the raid message saved as well? Did you say you saved it? I think maybe. Gothic Storyteller, hello. Happy Pride. Thank you so much for your lurk. Let's have a look. Weird take, but I personally prefer talking about it in terms of welcoming in or coming out. I choose who I trust to let in, and they are a guest in this part of my life. Thank you, Flynn, for the follow. Thank you so much. It's not actually been too crazy for follows, so I'm just going to turn that on for a sec. Yeah, we can be selective. Definitely coming out. It's usually to who we feel comfortable coming out to, or who we feel safe to share that with, or when we determine we're ready to do that, which could all be different times for different people, and maybe not at all for some people. Personally, there are people that I've never really bothered telling. I didn't think it was important to tell them. I didn't think I was important either for a lot of the time, so I was more like supporting my own friends, going to gay clubs when I was younger, and kind of just like a lot of people would kind of just think of me as their straight friend when I wasn't straight. It's kind of funny. And to be fair, the people that I came out to there, they were like, yeah, we knew. And then other people don't like you can't just always tell, or you can't tell just by how someone looks. You can't just assume that someone is a certain identity or has sexuality from just how they look, you know. But also a lot of the time it might be no one's business, but for some of us it's important to share who we are with people and just have that I don't know, just like, this is who I am, just FYI, if you even cared. And hopefully there will be people who care. I think that's a really big thing that we want to promote is, you know, caring, showing you care, showing support, which is the whole focus of this stream. My husband and stepson are the only ones IRL that know I'm bi, but I'm loud and proud on Twitch. Hey, and that's totally fine as well, Butterfly Garden Gaming. Like, it's what you're comfortable with, isn't it? And what matters to you. Because it's personal preference at the end of the day. Hard question that might be on the spot, but top 3 games that were queer business made. A hard question that might be on the spot, but top 3 games that were queer business made or has the themes from. Doesn't have to be in order. Tell me why. I've been told it's a big one. I've not seen Tell Me Why. Oh, you mean from Miad? I'm not sure about which ones were queer business made or which ones just had a queer storyline. But I absolutely, I keep saying the top one is the One Night Hot Springs. One Night Hot Springs is so powerful. Please check out One Night Hot Springs, the game. It's so good. I want to show you what it looks like on Steam, so people know it's the right one. I've got the collection, A Year of Springs, and it looks like this on the Steam page. It looks like this. The art style is like that. A Year of Springs is 3 games in 1. I don't know why I did 4. 3 games in 1, and it's the stories of three friends. So the first one, we learned about one of them, and they introduced us to all the characters, but is focus on one of the friends. The second one is a focus on another one, and then the third, yeah, stating the obvious, but sometimes the unnecessary info. But yeah, the first one was really powerful, and the second one was really good as well. The third we hadn't played much of, so I'll have to check that out. Let me see. If anyone else can also recommend queer-owned games, queer-owned business, queer game developers, or queer games that you can play. I will be doing some work with the Queer Indie Game Showcase in just over a week, and I'll be sharing 23 or 25 games. I think it's 25 games that will be appropriate for that. I really liked, what was the cozy unpacking? That was quite cute. Captain, I think one of the most important messages to take from Pride is be yourself and encourage others to be themselves. Yeah, authentically yourselves. As an ally, taking a stand against people around us that might be disrespectful. Even so, I'm talking about, you know, when I'm talking about standing up for people, it could be, I witnessed something in the workplace where I was sat on a desk of people and someone said something that was quite rude and a horrible comment about someone who was gay. It was like, oh, because they're gay, isn't it? It was like hush hush under their breath. and it was really uncalled for. It was really inappropriate, and it was not okay. And so the person they were talking about wasn't there, but that still meant I had to step in. That still meant I had to challenge that and say, what do you mean by that? Because actually I think that's inappropriate for you to say. And just an FYI, I'm not someone who's going to stand for that. There are sometimes, just if I don't seem to be an LGBTQIA plus presenting person, whatever that means, because how can you determine who is somebody, what their identity is? But sometimes people assume they're like safe to like make a joke or make an offensive remark about someone. And whether you're in the community or not, it doesn't really matter. It's the important thing of standing up for the person they're discriminating against. It was the same for me. I was in a private WhatsApp group of a group of friends back at the time, and someone posted a link to someone who had shared a video of them dancing. This person wasn't in the group chat, and a lot of people made fun of them for having fun, for just doing a silly dance and, you know, enjoying themselves. And everyone was making fun of them, and I came in and I was like, why are you doing that? That's not nice. I don't feel comfortable here watching you make fun of someone. I'm not standing for that. I don't agree with that. And a lot of people kind of went quiet and read what I'd said, but were too embarrassed to own up or to take accountability and say, you know what, I'm sorry. One person did. One person said, you know what, you're right, actually. I shouldn't have said that, and I apologise. But a lot of people didn't. And from that moment on, I was like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend anymore. I don't stand for that. I won't be part of this. I'm not part of that group chat anymore. I left because I didn't want to be around people that find it funny making fun of other people. And if it's easy enough to do that, what else will they do? But yeah, like, if you ever witness someone discreetly trying to talk about or discriminate other people or a person, you should really step in and say, well, you might have felt safe telling me that or saying that to me, or you might have thought that was funny, but actually I don't think that's funny at all, and I don't think it's appropriate to say that to me, and you better not do that again, because I won't stand for it, and I don't think you should be saying that. You know, just being very like firm and showing what you stand for. It's just so important. I know we keep coming back to that. Flynn, you relate to that a lot. As an asexual, I always felt less valid to my gay friends because I was made to feel that and told that too. Yeah, it's so unfair that even within communities, people are like, well, you're not really part of the community. Same when I talk about being pansexual or queer, and people are like, well, you know, you've got the fact that I've got currently a male partner. People dismiss what's it called? Erasure. Is it bi-pan erasure? Because of what they determine you're less gay, or you don't deserve to be in the community, and you absolutely do. As an asexual, you do. Like, you are part of the community, and you should be made to feel that and included and seen and heard as you deserve. I'm learning a lot more about Ace and Arrow, and we have got Tai has a podcast, and I will be talking to Tai on the 8th, a week today basically, And there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be learning from Tai Wai, because I want to share stuff like that too. Who's doing the combos? Thank you so much. It's popping up, but the alert's not going off. Thank you so much. I know what my mum's reaction was when the elder of two of my brothers came out and told her he's gay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Butterfly Garden Gaming. That's another thing, seeing people's reactions to other stuff. It's a shame. A friend told me their friend said from seeing a picture of me that I look like a lesbian, but as far as I know, I'm not. It's interesting how people think of other people based on their looks. Isn't it just such a weird thing? Someone came into stream before, one of our popular memories, and said I look like a professional lesbian. I was honoured, honestly. Ira, thank you so much. You take care, alright? Gone Home is a really good one. I did really like Gone Home. Gone Home is definitely top 3 ad, I think. Gone Home and Springs, 2 very, very important ones. Good on you for standing up. Honestly, like just people that think they're safe to say something horrible about others, I always love shutting it down. I take great pride in going, this wasn't the reaction you wanted, but no, absolutely not. I don't find that funny. I don't find that appropriate. That was out of line. Is it Lyceum? Or please let me know how to pronounce your name. But thank you so much for the follow and hello. I don't like mean people. I make bad jokes sometimes. I always tell people to tell me if something bothers them about what they said. Bye Erasure, yeah. Someone did that to me once. I don't talk to them anymore. I like minimizing who you are, Cookie. Back in the day when TeamSpeak was the voice chat of choice for games, I entered a chat where someone was relating a funny story that was both racist and homophobic. Made me quit not just that TeamSpeak channel but also the game guild that it was for. Yeah, absolutely, Nevergoat. Like, you don't want to be associated with anything like that, right? I agree. King Kicks, thank you so much. Thank you. Did anyone clip the front page as well? Spebby did the combo. Thank you so much, Spebby. I've had my sexuality assumed a lot. It's weird behaviour, isn't it? Did you expect me to laugh? Nice way to send the point through. Yeah, like, dude, that wasn't the reaction you think it was. Or that wasn't the funny you thought it was. Oh, Cookie, I'm sorry. Like, people can be really mean. But there are a good group of people as well. I do have faith that there are good people out there. I mean, the whole community has always been great and wholesome and caring and accepting. And I think that's so nice. I had a point that I wanted to make a minute ago and now I've kind of forgotten it. I always do this. Just thinking so much. Oh, what was it? People coming together to spread positivity. It's really surprised me sometimes. Yeah. It's just so important. That's why showing that you support and care for others is important, because it's hard to just know, right? We can't read each other's minds. And another big point of mine that I'm always making is communication is important in any sense. It's important to communicate and show that we support marginalized communities. It's important that we show others what our stance is. Stance? It's important we show others what we think. Normalizing supporting others, normalizing people existing without fear of being discriminated against. Like, I don't know, that probably doesn't make too much sense because I don't know. Had people also go like, oh, you're demi, so you're just gay. What? One thing I really hate, talking about being pansexual or being bisexual, I've had a lot of response there of people saying, like, if I say, yeah, I like women, I find women attractive, that doesn't mean that my friend should get weirded out and creeped out because now I suddenly fancy them. It doesn't mean that you fancy all women or all men or whatever your sexuality is. I don't think any straight man has found every single woman attractive. I don't think all straight men find every single woman attractive. Same goes for when I've seen a lot of friends that came out as gay, and then other guy friends would be weird around them. And they're like, why are you being weird? And like, oh, you fancy me now? It's like, no, honey, just because someone's gay doesn't mean they fancy everyone, you know? Sappy, hello, how are you doing? Hello, Valid Witcher, hello, welcome to the stream. Good point. We've had 19 follows this stream. I implore you, or I welcome you to follow if you like what you're hearing, but no pressure also. We just try it. Thank you so much. Valid Witcher, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. We're just out here trying our best. Tea and Toasty. I love tea and toast. Me came out as bi and instantly lost all my guy friends. It's mad, isn't it? That is a common misconception, I feel, that the moment you share your sexuality, and it can apply to finding a certain gender attractive, sometimes people of that gender will go, oh, so you fancy me then? You're like, no, mate. No, I don't fancy you, actually. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't get too big-headed. Sappy, I'm glad to hear you're well. I'm glad. That's good. Can make better friends. Yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it? Like, but it does show people's true colours in a bit of a sad way. It's not fun going through life and having to kind of figure out who's safe and who's not. Yeah. Spin your block. Thank you so much for following. Hello. Welcome in. I love that people know each other in chat as well. When people spot each other in chat, that's very wholesome. I love that. Hands up here if you know anyone else in chat. Or maybe you're new here and you don't know anyone else. You're still welcome. Maybe type 1 if you're new here and you don't know. We'll make you some friends. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. Mia knows a couple of people in here, I guess. I think. Do I tell people I'm ace and getting hit with the... I thought you're asexual every time I say I find someone attractive. Because so the ace umbrella, and same with a lot of the LGBTQIA plus umbrella, it doesn't mean just one thing. It doesn't always just mean one experience is one experience. There are so many different experiences. Yeah, Assam, I can absolutely imagine. The tin whistle sent me. we just whack that out every now and then. Does anyone know what this tune is? That's pretty much the only one I know without any issues. It's very basic. Final Fantasy fanfare, hell yeah. I only started playing Final Fantasy games early last year. I've played 7, Remake, the original 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-2, 7 Rebirth. Currently on 10-2 at the moment. Yeah. You know. Hello, Maney. Hello. You know a few people in here? Yes. On the A spectrum myself. It's a spectrum, that's it. That's what I wanted to say. And it's... sorry. On the A spectrum myself as a demisexual. Thank you for sharing as well. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. It's very, like... Whilst we're here talking about Pride and it may feel safe for some, it's still very scary to you know, say things. So thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Don't recognise the tune as I've turned the volume to 0. She still will get it out. I mean, I'm straight, but someone else's sexuality has nothing to do with me. Thank you, Sappy. I take people on their actions. So important. Finn, you were born in Ireland and forced to play tin whistle as a child. Got yeared back to me 5 years old. Yeah, I've got Irish parents. They're from Donegal. And I've travelled around bits of Ireland. I love going to Ireland. The weather's never that great, but hey, it's a lovely place. I like the smell of Ireland. Housemate is rehabilitating baby hedgehogs. Oh, I've informed her it's Pride Month, so the next batch of rescues will be named after drag queens. One thing I miss about not being at TwitchCon is I'm missing the drag show this year, and I love the drag show at TwitchCon. If you've ever been, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. In fact, there was someone in here earlier from the drag show. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. It's lovely out there. The people are so nice. People are so nice. You'll walk down the road and someone will say hi. People do that in other places in the UK as well, but certainly don't do it like when I go into the city, no one looks at you. I don't look at anyone either. I don't like giving eye contact to anyone in case you look at them funny and they want to hit you or something. But yeah, in Ireland, it's like you'd just be walking down the street and people say, hello, how you doing? Hello, Fluffy Rhino. Welcome in. Happy Pride to you too. Thank you so much for joining us. And I really appreciate that. Flynn, thank you so much for your lurk. Thank you. Welcome in. All right, we've learned a few different ways to support the community. Just action is a really important word. Show you care with actions. We can talk the talk. We can say, you know, you can say, yeah, I'll stand up for stuff. If I see something, I'll stand up for it. Fluffy Rhino, thank you for following. But you could be faced in an awkward situation and hear someone bad mouthing gay people. Will you follow through with action and say, hey, that wasn't cool? Don't say that, because I don't agree with that, and I won't listen to it and I won't stand for it. You know, do you follow with action? It can be really awkward sometimes, but it is so important to correct people when they're offending others and discriminating against others. It can also show that, you know, you're not going to appreciate that kind of language, and it might make them think twice about what they say. It might only make them think twice about what they say around you, but it's still important. Regardless of the outcome, it's important to stand up for your rights and stand up for other people's rights. Bliss Royale, thank you so much. Hello for following. Hello. Yeah. Thank you so much for following, and hello. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. I've got ADHD and autism, and they just, I don't know. Soul Stealer, hello. How are you, my friend? I hope you're well. Cosmic Nexus, hello. I love how I come into you talking about Ireland. I'm Irish. Hey, hello. Fanny from the Pride Guild train. Yes, let's go. Everyone, make sure. Thank you for the congrats on the front page. Thank you. Make sure you check out all the Pride streamers. Oh my God. Anonymous, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. The link that I'm sharing in chat check out, there will be loads of streamers listed on there that are part of the Pride Guild. You must check it out. That is another way to support marginalised communities. Angelic, thank you so very much. Thank you. I keep looking at the time. I'm like, am I gonna forget? Thank you so much. Cosmic Nexus, thank you for the follow. Hello. Really appreciate it. Hello for following. Words, what even are they? What even are they? Am I doing okay, chat? Are we okay? It's funny, when I first started streaming, I was so nervous I could barely speak. I talk about this quite a lot in my community streams. Or in my regular streams, should I say. I would go live and I'd be so scared that I would say stuff like that, but worse. I couldn't even get out words or string a sentence sometimes. And I knew I had to. I knew I had to talk while I was streaming. So I just practiced. Practice. I've been doing this for over 7 years now. And I guess there's been a massive improvement, at least. Something someone said to me is me saying something as a straight person has a big impact. So sometimes you have to back your morals up. Someone from a different community sticking up for marginalised communities, there's a lot of power in that. You always go, okay, what do you mean? Wait, what? Hello for following made me snort laugh. There was what else did I say? Say nice, be high. And then what was the thing that I said when take well? I was like, bye everyone, ending stream now, and then I'm like, take well, everybody. Oh, Spebby has redeemed honk at us. Honk! Cozy Teddy, hello. Thank you for the follow. Cozy Teddy's also in the video for Pride month that was shared. I noticed you in there. Thank you so much for following and hello. All right, everyone, thank you for even listening to me ramble. You won't, I'm here for you. Thank you, Angelic. Thank you. Been lurking in it. Your voice has been my soothing background while hanging out. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that. And Vintage S, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Hello. Do you need the rain machine? Oh, do you have it as well, Angelic? Yes, please. I think Ad copied it as well. But yes, I think we might need it in chat when we're ready. That would be great. I'm not bad at talking in text, but streaming or in person about big topics is hard. Yeah. And I feel like I do need to prep a lot of stuff. If I'm like, I absolutely hate phoning people, but if I'm phoning someone, I have to write a little script or a little thing, points that I don't want to miss. But I also hate sounding like a robot. Oh, it looks like Ad has it as well. That's good. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Defo can relate on the prep. It's hard. For this stream, I had like a bunch of windows open. I had a bunch of notes. But then I find that the more comfortable and confident I get, the more I'm like, okay, no, we'll go with the flow. As long as we've got an organised bit of chaos to refer to, I'm happy to like, I want to interact with you. That's so important. My reason for streaming is to connect with people, to build friends, to spread awareness, which is why the Pride Guild, being part of the Pride Guild is so important to me, because that helps me in spreading more awareness and in reaching more people. The whole front page thing today is fantastic, and I don't think I'll ever be able to believe that's just happened. But it's really so important to get this message out and to make people know that this is important to us, and maybe people will think twice. You know, my words don't articulate very well sometimes, but most of it comes out okay enough. Mods are on point. Mods are great, aren't they? The natural enemy of the autistic person, the phone call. Yep. You've done amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cosmic Nexus. Mod compliments, extra pizza crust for us tonight in the mod basement. Oh yeah, our mods live in the basement. Don't tell anyone. Not really. Just for legal reasons, not really. I don't even have a basement. Mods, you may not speak for the next 1 minute. Not really. Yeah, they don't get a lot of food down there, but yeah, we'll give them a couple of extra crusts tonight. Unless I eat them all, we'll see how I feel. Fee doesn't have a basement. Makes so much sense. Okay, good. All right. Now we keep going over the same points, but it's just reiterating things is important. Talk to people. Talk to people in the community. Show that you're going to be a friend by saying, "Hi. I'd love to chat. I'd love to talk." I don't know. That might feel odd for some people. Social media can really be a good way of finding people in the community. Keywords. A lot of people will post that they're doing things for the community. They might say, "Hi, I'm queer. Hi, I'm a lesbian." Very easy way to find people that way. Not everyone will, and that's okay. Being kind, being nice, being inquisitive, being thoughtful, being caring. Again, all these actions show that you care about somebody, and it's an obvious action that shows that you're not a mean person. My Unique Pets, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Talk to your IRL friends too. It's easy to make assumptions about people that aren't always correct. Massively. Massively, massively, massively. Never assume. Check. Or like, you don't have to force someone to come out or tell you about themselves. But you can talk about what you know. It can come up naturally in conversation. Like, oh, I learned something really interesting the other day about the LGBTQIA plus community. And in the stream the other day, we were talking about how it's so important to stand up for people if you see something wrong, whether you're part of the community or not. It's a way to show that you care, and it's a way to show that you're not in agreement with these negative things. You know, like, I don't know. Hi, gay. I'm gay. Hi, gay. I wish everyone was kind, right? I feel like the girl in, you know, the person in Mean Girls that wants to bake everyone a cake, the one that doesn't even go here. I feel like that person a lot. Like, I just want us all to get along and have a great time. And I can't remember the actual quote, but yeah. Tell people I want to learn and understand as much as I can. Yeah. It's important. It's important. And ask questions, but also just be mindful of how they might come across. Don't be too targeting, maybe, or like, be aware of your language. Maybe check on Google what might be an appropriate thing to ask or to say. Certainly don't ask someone from the community. I won't say their name. I think they're okay with me saying who they are, but I won't say. If you want to say it was you, you can. Someone went for an interview and it went fine until the person at the end said, so are you going to get the surgery then? Or, and like, completely inappropriate. You should never ask someone that. It was Mia. It was me, probably it was me. Completely inappropriate. Had nothing to do with the interview, had nothing to do with her ability to carry out work. The interview went absolutely fine. And then they got weird about it. Who asks that? Exactly. It's like, you wouldn't, you also, if you have a friend that's come out as trans, in this case, maybe don't ask certain things that they might not be comfortable answering. It's already a lot to come out, but ask them what they might be comfortable with, or what if, like, You could say, I'd love to learn more about your experience or how I can support you. Those are really good ways to approach things. You don't need to know what they're doing. Oh my goodness. Is this to... Don't fight ducks. Hi. Thank you for popping in and for the raid train. Anonymous. It goes on a bit. It does go on a bit. It is really out of line. EC Green, hi. Hi, Dad. Thank you so much for the disruption and chaos, Anonymous. Thank you so much. And that was 100 bits as well. Thank you so very kindly. Really appreciate it. If you wouldn't ask your straight cis friend about their sex lives or their anatomy, then you shouldn't ask a queer person about it either. Exactly. Like, what's it got to do with you? And why do you need to know other than being nosy? There might be people that are open to share about having surgery or wanting surgery or sharing what they know or even asking questions. But there's a difference between that, someone who's willing, that wants to share voluntarily, than like backing someone into a corner, making it a bit of an uncomfortable situation for you both. So just be mindful, read the room. It's not always easy. Google is your friend. Just show that you care. And if you step out of line or say something accidentally or something that was wrong that didn't come across too good, be willing to apologise and don't play the victim. Just take accountability. Minty stepped for a minute, stepped away. We know she was back in the chair. Okay, good. I'm so excited. Right, guys, we're going to be raiding out soon. So I want you all to copy the raid message for now. Test it. Copy it, test it. Sappy, your cousin is transitioning and a few of your family members keep calling her him kind of words. And I'm like, you mean she, her, right? Same with us. I was saying that my cousin transitioned and family still calling them by their dead name, what, 8-9 years later? Nuts. Mia said they also declined me for the job while I was driving home, so I think it was probably a bit of transphobia in action. Yeah. Awful to just say that at the end and then go, yeah, we don't want you. But it had gone so well before that. I'm glad you found out rather than being there and finding out later. Oh my god, look at those lovely raid messages. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 27 follows. Thank you for the 4 subs. Thank you for the... We had the raid train come in. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for allowing me to speak. We'll be speaking a whole lot more about these subjects. Every stream, I'm willing to talk about these subjects anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a pride-focused stream. This is important subject to me, and I want people to know that I am striving to be a safe place for the community and for anyone that wants to be part of this. Hello, Kayla. Hello, Kayla. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna load up Minty as well, so that I can make sure that I'm in there, and then I can watch the ad as well. So blah blah blah. Oh, looks like they've got a panel of people as well. Brunch munching for Pride. Okay, cool. Very good. Okay, that's very exciting. So I'm excited to check out Minty's stream. The irony of someone in desperate need of brain transplant asking. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hi, Cheesecake. Hello, hello. Oh my god, is it 6? Is it time? Is it time? I think it's time. Alright, Minty's there. Minty's there, right? I see Minty there. Every month is Pride Month here. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Princess Allies Kingdom. Hello. I hope you're well. It's time! Alright, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm so pleased that it went smoothly. As smoothly as it could. And I'm so grateful that we got to talk about something that's really close to my heart. I love it. More streams like this. We've got so many good streams coming up this month. I'm going to learn a whole lot, I think. So yeah. Alright. Thank you so very much. We loaded up the raid train for Minty's pub. I'm really hoping that the front page has allowed us to grab a load more people to raid with as well. Looks like we've got a lot of people. A lot of people coming with us. Alright, are you ready, chat? And I will see you again tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for a stream at 6 PM British time. BST. Alright. You take care. Just a couple of people. No big deal. Alright. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye.